First at 4, President Biden bans all Russian oil imports in retaliation for the invasion of Ukraine. How that will impact gas prices here and your finances. Paula.
Two big messages from Ukrainians today. They know we're feeling the pain at the pump.
Why do we have to suffer for something that's going on in Ukraine?
But they ask for continued support and to close the skies. I'm Paula Tutman. I'll have a live report.
We're in Grand Rapids as 4 men go on trial for the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Well, both sides are weighing as they pick a jury. Andrew.
Karen, it's chilly, but we have some sunshine for your Tuesday afternoon and partly cloudy skies this evening. Calm weather ahead over the next 24 hours. What about after that? Your full week's forecast, including the weekend, first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. The U.S. deals a major blow to Russia by banning Russian oil imports to the U.S. It's a move that will have an impact here at home by driving up gas prices that have already hit historic highs. The average price for a gallon of gas is now at a record $4.17. That's up 10 cents from just yesterday and 55 cents from last week. A short time ago, Governor Whitmer joined a group asking Congress to suspend the federal gas tax until the end of the year to give people a little break. That amounts to 18 cents per gallon. President Biden says the ban on Russian oil comes with a price, but says there's a cost to defending freedom. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with more on the impact. Kim?
Karen, the president called it Putin's price hike. He says the ban of Russian oil, gas, and energy targets the main artery of Russia's economy. Energy exports have kept a steady stream of cash flowing to Russia despite the other sanctions on its finances. The president says the U.S. consulted with allies before making this decision, and it's one many of those allies may not be able to make. Russian oil makes up 10% of overall oil imports in the U.S., but in Europe, it makes up 1/3 of all imports. Gasoline prices have increased by 75% since Russia began to gather troops at Ukraine's border last November.
With this action, it's going to go up further. I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home. In coordination with our partners, we've already announced that we're releasing 60 million barrels of oil from our joint oil reserves. Half of that, 30 million, is coming from the United States.
Members of Congress have been calling on the Biden administration to ban energy imports from Russia. The House is set to vote today on a bill that takes things even further than the president's order. We know a lot of you have questions about the ban and, of course, those rising gasoline prices coming up at 5 and at 6. Priya Mann is working to answer those questions in live reports. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. We appreciate it, Kim.
Sure.
Now, the import ban comes as the war continues to escalate in Ukraine. At least 21 civilians, including 2 children, were killed in a Russian airstrike in the Ukrainian city of Sumy. A planned evacuation route to get people out of that city opened today. The UN estimates at least 2 million people have left Ukraine since the beginning of the invasion. Today, McDonald's announced it would temporarily close all 850 locations in Russia. Some Ukrainians are calling on Western allies to do more, but many are fearful these price hikes will have an impact on how Americans feel. Paula Tutman following that part of the story for us. She joins us live from Washington Township. Paula.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Karen. Good afternoon, everyone. So much going on as Ukrainians work to get messages out directly to the American people. Let's start with the gas prices here in Washington Township. Take a look at that, $4.25 a gallon. And as these gas prices tick up incredibly uncomfortably for the United States, there are many who desperately hope that the support for this David versus Goliath spirit for Ukraine as it defends its democracy will not wane with the pain at the pump.
For some Americans, I presume it will be just, what do we have to do with Ukraine? Ukraine is somewhere far away, and why do we have to suffer for something that's going on in Ukraine?
Dr. Helena Patushik is an associate professor of theology working at Ukraine Catholic University and living in Lviv with her 3 traumatized daughters.
I think it's going to be tough. But I think people will start to analyze. And if they understand why this is happening, so I think paying more for gas is not as big price as having your child killed.
And so from Ukraine, a new message.
I remember what the sky was like before the war. all the sunsets and sunrises.
Ukrainians stuck in the war zone are getting their messages out through their families in other countries and through social media. This campaign emerging from Ukraine to the NATO democracies of the world with a hashtag and hand signal to close the skies over Ukraine and create a no-fly zone.
And now here in the shelter, this luxury is no longer available to me. I haven't seen the sky in 7 days.
Українська армія закінчує війну.
That move would give NATO member nations the ability to shoot down Russian fighter jets and bombers, leveling Ukraine. But it's not that simple, says Dr. Peter Trumbore, head of the political science department at Oakland University.
The idea of setting up a no-fly zone over any part of Ukraine is an incredibly irresponsible and potentially disastrous decision, because the only way you can make that work, frankly, is by shooting down Russian airplanes.
Trumbore says it invites the possibility of not just World War III, but World War III with nuclear war.
If you believe the answer to doing the right thing means a risk of an exchange of nuclear warheads, then I would challenge that idea that that's the right thing.
But for the woman shielding 3 young, terrified daughters,
I do not think that by closing our sky, NATO will start a World War III, because I think it's already on. And I think that I understand the countries, I understand the leaders who are hesitating, because it's a tough decision. But I think that every day we're just losing time, because Putin does not play to any rules.
yeah, absolutely no easy answers. And just when you think it's incredibly complicated, it gets even more complicated. And Karen, get this. I do want you to stay with me, because coming up at 6, I talked to a local professor who's been doing research on war and its effects on children. His daughter is stuck in Kiev right now. He and his daughter have basically become subject matters for his own research, case studies for the research he's been doing for years. It's incredibly emotional. And so I'll see you back here at 6.
All right, we look forward to that. Thank you, Paula. The other big story they were watching at 4, jury selection. It has started for the 4 men charged with plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Local 4 defender Sean Lay in Grand Rapids right now with what's happening in the courtroom.
Well, good afternoon from Grand Rapids. This long and vital process of selecting a jury for this case unfolded inside the federal courthouse here you see behind me here in Grand Rapids. The judge making it clear that this case is different because of the worldwide attention it got in the news media, giving the shocking allegations that a group of men, most from Michigan, were so angry about Governor Whitmer's COVID restrictions that the feds say the men plotted and trained to launch a vicious attack on her summer home in an effort to kidnap her. However, at least 4 of these potential jurors today in jury selection, they told the judge they don't like Governor Whitmer. They formed a strong opinion about the government's case, and that would taint how they would weigh the evidence. Another potential juror said he believes simply the men are guilty. Those potential jurors were dismissed. The rest were asked pointed questions about their politics and if they could put their political views to the side to fairly weigh the evidence in the case. So much more about those very strong opinions from some of those potential jurors live here from Grand Rapids at 5 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Sean. The first January 6th defendant to go to trial is found guilty on all counts. Guy Reffitt, a Texas man, attempted to storm the U.S. Capitol while armed with a gun and zip ties. Reffitt faced 5 charges, including transport of a firearm in support of civil disorder and obstruction of an official proceeding. Jurors started their deliberations this morning after a trial that took about a week. Again, he was found guilty on all counts. The judge in the case set sentencing for June 8th. We're in the middle of a quiet stretch of weather, but Andrew says to enjoy it now because it won't last very long. Let's get our first check of the forecast. Hey, Andrew.
Hey there, Karen, and you're exactly right. We've got some sunshine out there, calm conditions, no slippery weather for the rest of the afternoon into the evening. Now, it is on the chilly side. Yes, we need our coats or jackets. We're looking at 35 degrees for our friends over in Pontiac. Hello, Mount Clemens. You've got 39 degrees. It's 40 degrees right here at the station. It's down a couple of degrees in the past hour over at Metro Airport, but it was 40 degrees in Romulus and at City Airport on the east side side of the city not too long ago. We're looking at 38 degrees currently, mostly cloudy, but look at how bright it is. You can even see some of the blue sky that's out there as well. Prepare for wind chills that are in the low 30s and upper 20s. That's how cold it feels outside. Temperatures continue to dip, though. We'll see 35 degrees in the next couple of hours, down just below freezing when you join us tonight at 11 o'clock, but remaining calm and quiet for now. Emphasis on for now. There are some more snowflakes in our future. We'll talk about your 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. Eligible Michigan drivers could see a refund check starting this week. Drivers will get $400 per vehicle as long as it was insured on October 31st of 2021. Motorcycles and RVs are also eligible for the refund. It will come in the form of a check or direct deposit. The refund will be sent to you by your insurance company, and you will not have to do anything to get it. The money comes from a $3 billion surplus from the state's Catastrophic Claims Association.
What were we going to do with that surplus? We were asking ourselves. Well, the answer is pretty simple. We need to give it back to Michiganders. So last November, I called on the MCCA to deliver refund checks to every Michigander with auto insurance. Now the MCCA will be issuing $400 per vehicle refund checks.
State officials say insurers must send out the refunds by May 9th.